Chainlink Price Update. Today's video, we're going to start off and focus on the 5-day Gaussian channel. Why? Because we're lower than we've ever been outside of it. So we're going to take an in-depth look at what that means, bottom level predictions to the bottom side on the worst case scenario, maybe the average, what I personally think, and then we'll take it from there. So we're also going to look at, some couple indicators. So if you like the video today, give us a thumbs up. I know it's tough. These times are tough, but we'll get through it. We'll get through it together. Let's get right to it. Link on the 5-day Gaussian channel. So we're outside of it. How far outside? Well, let's take a little bit of measured move and see how far. Well, we're almost 20%, right? We've been 20% outside the Gaussian channel on the 5-day. Have we ever done that before? No. Plain and simple, no. Have we ever been outside of it before? Briefly, yes. Our most recent was July, but you can see just a brief minor wick there. Let's go back and look at even more history. So way back in the 2018 bear market, right? A couple wicks, right? Nothing serious. Right here, maybe about, what, a week or two? These are 5-day candles, so we're 10, 15 days outside of it, and just barely, right? We didn't, by no means, ever 20% wick outside of it. I mean, we're looking like worst case scenario, 6% outside of it at the most ever. So historical times for Chainlink on the Gaussian channel, for sure. We've never seen it before. So now let's look at it and where our potential bottom possibly could be and why, right? We're just looking at the charts, not my just guesstimate, right? I'm not throwing random numbers out. We're going to look back here, right? This is the green line, right? Here's our previous bottom from July, previous tops from November of 2020, right? And then also previous support after making our all-time high in late August of 2020. So that is a kind of our first potential area for a reversal. Now, this 5-day candle closes in 1 day and 10 hours from now. So tomorrow night, or depending on where you are around the world, tomorrow at close, we'll see where we end up, finishing this candle at. This could still end up being a wick, and we could end up closing. We just like to close kind of right at this candle where this closed at 1452. So we'll see if we can close at 1452 come tomorrow. Check your charts, see where we're at. If we close inside of this, underneath this line, right, the odds would simply improve to kind of range bound, in my opinion, just like we did back in here for the next weeks to months, potentially months, right? To maybe Q1 and Q1, right? So going into maybe April even, potentially, of just kind of doing something similar to this, range bound from 14 to potentially 10, 11. You can even see this line down here. Why that line? Well, look back here, right? Previous run up, kind of consolidate, resistance, flip to support, right around that, 850, 890 level. Got some wicks down to that level as well. So that would be the range. We'll look at another chart. Let's go up to the weekly, right? This is a little bit clearer. So you can see these potential, these upsides, the same thing here, right? Previous resistance, flip to support. Look at all the wicks. Even this final capitulation wick in December of 2020, right down to that kind of 890 level before moving back up. So again, this candle closes, this is on a weekly scale now, so 7 days. This new candle closes in 6 days and 10 hours. So again, if we close underneath this blue line, or this colors, underneath this green line, around 1450, then the odds would increase, in my book, that we just range bound in here and we kind of get stuck in here. So you might see this dotted line. What the hell is that? That's around $11. And this is very significant. Any guesses? I'd be impressed if you get what this is. This is a moving average. Anybody guess what kind of moving average? I'm getting you all the clues here. What moving average is this? Someone's got it. I can hear it. This is the 200-week moving average. Most coins at the bottom of a bear market will usually capitulate to that. So yeah, we are in bearish times for sure. Technically, Bitcoin is in a bear market, yes. When the 50-day crosses the 200 and your price action is under the 200, which we have, both those check marks, we're in a technical bear market. Does that mean we have to be here for years? Of course not. Or a year? Of course not. Or months? Of course not. It could last weeks. It could last months. In my book, we're probably going to be here for the rest of Q1, probably for the next couple months. Just that's the odds to me. The only thing that could change my mind is if we just kind of do a kind of March 2020 pandemic capitulation way down and just go way down and then instant recovery. Then we're probably done. But unless we do that, this is the odds, right? Go down, go back up, go down, go back up. Look, notice this. Look at these moves, right? So from there to there, that's 40%, right? Then back up all the way to the top again, and then all the way to the bottom again. So this is your life now. We've talked about this before. We're now down at the next stage of life, homeless, McDonald's, whatever you want to call it. But the 200 week is certainly no joke, and it is certainly right at $11 for Chainlink. Doesn't mean you can't go lower than that, right? You can see a wick, right? We can have a wick down, and you might wonder why only here. Well, 200 weeks, okay? That's roughly 4 years to get in for the mathematicians. 200 week simple moving average right here. So it just started right there, right? You'd have to have some time to get this going. So Bitcoin's got a little bit longer one. Bitcoin usually has turned around right at the 200 week and ultimate worst case bear scenarios. So I'll make another video to that today, later, for Bitcoin, and we'll check at it. English. So 200 week for my book for Chainlink to potentially close at. I don't see us closing under it, although the prices could potentially go all the way down here. That's this is the last kind of level in the sand to me. And if we did go down here, I do think it would be a wick, and I do think it would be pretty short lived. So if we do get some kind of crazy event out of Bitcoin, I would look to pick anything up. If you could ever buy anything under its 200 week moving average, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Chainlink, anything under the 200 week moving average, that's a rock star move looking, 6 months forward. Not saying we're going to get down here, right? This could end up being the support, and, Chainlink never closes under 1450. We'd all love that. I think we'd all love that to be the bottom and move back to the upside. So we'll know in about 6 days, 9 hours from now, if we close like we are now, right under that green line, the odds would simply increase, because that's all you have in crypto is the odds. The odds would increase of us doing something like this in range bound for the next several weeks to a couple months. All right, let's go look at one more thing. Link RSI on the weekly. Look at where we are here. The lowest ever out of Chainlink. Anytime you're at all-time lows, those are usually pretty decent times to be adding to your stack, right? So that's the weekly. Let's look at the monthly. It's the biggest picture. Okay, we talked about this, Link Mountain, Sergey Mountain here, right? We're back at the base. Look at where we are on the monthly scale. We're almost to the T, the bottom of the last bear market, 46. We're at like 46 and 47. Okay, so keep that in mind. It doesn't mean you have to come out of here immediately, but usually when you're at historic lows, those are times to be adding to your position, right? If you're buying back in here at $30, $40 for Chainlink, you would have given anything in your brain, and you would have sold your house. If someone pulled you aside and said, "Hey man, I got 1,000 Chainlink, I'll sell you for $13 right now," you would have done anything you could. If Chainlink was at $40 right now, if we were in this area, right, you would have done anything. And yet when the time comes, no one wants to buy it. It's on the biggest sale potentially ever again. Altcoins, right? These are the times. These are the times when you look back and you wish, and you're pissed off because your portfolio sucks right now. These are the times that people buy that aren't pissed off in the next bear market, right? Because they've accumulated at these prices you will likely not see again, right? The last bear market. Are you upset if your average Chainlink buy is 30 cents? Hell no, right? These are the times. And 3 years from now, you will give your left kidney, maybe the right one too, and die to buy Chainlink at $14 when it's setting at 10x these prices. These are the times that make separate the 95% from the 5% that win. Okay, so take with that what you will. If it's the bottom, it's the bottom. If it's not the bottom and it goes down to 10, who cares? Looking at 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when Chainlink is actually in full effect and crypto wide, because it's not going anywhere, it's too important of a project, it will be here. It will stand the test of time. And if you think $14 is a hell of a deal on one of the most important technologies in crypto moving forward, how can you not want to buy some? It's beyond me. But people that are buying up here are the people that are mad. People that are buying, that bought back in here, or basically any time before August of 2020, is still A-okay. Which side of history do you want to be on?